is a perfect night for a movie like this, To the Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. What is it about this character that made you want to tell this story at this point in your career right now?
Well, you're talking about a career which I never had. You see, people have a career who are planning their career, and they are doing the next step, and then this, and they maneuver along. I have never maneuvered. The films came at me out of nowhere, stumbling into me or found me.
And how did this one?
A home invasion, like burglars in the night. No, this found me through a screenplay. Billy Finkelstein had written it, and attached to it was a letter. Wouldn't you like to do it with this and that production company? And we are thinking Nicolas Cage and I should work together. And I immediately knew that was a great idea. And within less than 60 seconds, I think Nicolas Cage and I were in business, doing a long-distance phone call between Australia and Los Angeles. So, and the screenplay was immediately clear. This is unusual and totally different from what you normally see in terms of detective stories. Very beautiful dialogue, so it was clear that that was something I should do. And the contract was done with the producers within an evening. And that was that.
I think Nick Cage did his best kind of crazy Nick Cage work in years. So if you're a fan of the Nick Cage in Leaving Las Vegas or Zandali, or films where he's really over the top and really intense, you're going to love this picture.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, he is a very intense actor, and this role obviously calls for a lot of intensity. Did you find in directing him that there were more times that you had to push him to be more intense or rein him in to kind of calm him down?
It really depended. Of course, most of the work was very well organized, scripted, almost like open heart surgery. Only in whispers, no cell phones anywhere, focus on what we were doing. But yes, Nicolas knew I would take him. I told him I would like to take you where you have not been before. So that was a challenge for him. Sometimes there were moments, like for example when he threatens the elderly ladies with his Magnum gun. I had the feeling, yes, it could go farther than that. And I said to him, this is one of the scenes where you should turn the hog loose, turn the pig loose. And he had thought about certain things, but I think he surprised himself in a way with what he comes up with.
I didn't expect it to end the way that it did. The director, totally demented.
Highly recommend going to see Bad Lieutenant. It was an awesome flick. You got to see Nicolas Cage really kicking some butt, doing really well.
Yes, instantly I was going only after her, to the dismay of the production company, who told me, well, she doesn't have much films behind her. Who is she? And I had the feeling the texture between Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes would be great. So I can handle it. I know as a director you have to have that clear feeling. So it was clear it was her. After we were done with the film, 5 months later, she was voted the most erotic woman on this planet. And all of a sudden everybody was happy and delirious, and the producer called me and he said, what a great idea we had. And I said, we? What do you mean by we?
I thought it was great. It was unpredictable, which was, I thought it would be predictable, and it turned out to be not predictable, and I thought it was great. How about you?
Same thing, unpredictable. I was surprised at a few of the scenes for sure, that they were funny. It kind of twisted.
I found it a little awkward to be watching two ladies getting a gun to their head and laughing my ass off during it.
It was refreshing, the kind of humor that it was, and the drama was a refreshing film.
I thought it was fantastic. I'm always down to see a new Herzog movie. He's one of my favorite filmmakers, and it's a bizarre and kind of beautiful movie. I really enjoyed it. Jenna throws a great party.
There's so many videos out there and the content is all over the place. What advice could you give young people who are up and coming, who maybe don't have a great film or video background, to just have their videos have content and meaning and just inspire?
Well, the only piece of advice I could have is if you're into filmmaking nowadays, and it used to be the same way before, just have courage to your own dreams. Have courage to your own vision, so nothing should deter you. And of course, completely radically new venues to release a film through the internet, DVDs, pay-per-view. You don't know what's coming at us. It's at the horizon, but the landscape is shifting completely. And I think young filmmakers who have something of substance in their hands will always find an outlet for it, no matter where it is going to shift technically.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Do I?
Do you believe in UFOs?
In what? In
UFO.
Ah, okay. Do I believe in UFOs? Simple answer, no. And I can answer it with a question as well. Why is it that 3 million Americans had encounters with aliens? And why is it that about 400,000 women had contact with aliens, were even abducted and gang raped? Why is it that most of them are obese, over 350 pounds? And why is it that we have never heard of any such case in Ethiopia? So I answered back with a question.
Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, appreciate it.
I'd like to say one thing, because the distribution starts fairly small, I mean in very few select theaters, and the threshold is insanely high. If the film does not make, I don't know, at least $25,000 per screen, and on a screen like this you can never make $25,000, you make $2,500. So if it doesn't manage to get beyond this insanely high hurdle, we are dead on arrival. But it's quite often like that. So that's how we know. This is cinema, and releasing a film extremely expensive. So I'm glad that it's out at all in theaters. That's where it belongs. But it's a delicate life. It's a delicate life of a newborn baby, which can become stillborn very quickly if you do not show up. All right.
Yes.
My name is DavidJr.com.